Oh, goodness.
Look at that big fart line on there.
Farting.
Mm-hmm. So, excuse me.
Excuse me.
What was that?
That was that thing right there.
Why is it beeping at me?
It said, I don't know.
Web browser.
Web browser did something.
Yeah, I need to work on my computer. Anyway, how was your week? How was your week?
It was a weird week.
I know we live together, but how was your week?
I know we never see each other. How's it going? How's the kids? It was a weird week. I feel like it was really slow and fast at the same time, which is weird.
Oh yeah,
you know.
Like I remember just sitting in the room last night and just being like, it feels like I sat in there for like 5 minutes, but it was like 2 hours.
I know, and I'm right?
Just like,
this doesn't look good. Yeah, no. A lot of that was happening. Like, oh, I'm just going to check out Facebook for like 15 minutes, and you look up, you're like, oh crap, I'm late.
Oh yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah.
Oh God. All right. So, we did a little thing on our Facebook about stupid stories or stupid stuff you did as a kid.
Yeah.
Did as a kid, yeah.
Yeah, childhood.
Do you have any other stories you want to tell before we get into other people's stories?
No, I feel like I gave the solid good ones, I feel.
Yeah.
You know,
they're really good.
Before the computer went, you know.
Yeah, but I have it plugged in this time.
Yeah, you plugged it in this time, so we are good to go.
All right, so we got 2.
Got 2 of them?
2's better than 0.
0 would be
But
bad.
These are really good ones.
Okay.
These are really, really good ones.
Okay.
Okay.
Read them.
So we have one from Zachary, and then we have one from Sybil. Which one do you want?
Let's do Zachary first.
Okay. Sibyl's is really funny.
Okay, so yeah, let's leave that.
All right. So, Zach's is really funny too, but here it is. Excuse me. All right. That's what I do before doing voiceovers.
You just cough like that.
I just cough really loud.
You should be like LeVar Burton before he reads the book. He's all like, he takes a deep breath and he holds it for a very, very long time, it feels like. And then he exhales and he's like, no, to the story.
No, to the story. He just waits 5 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. Zachary says, I think the dumbest thing I did as a kid was wrestling on a trampoline.
Jeez Louise.
I've done that before, but this is funny. Me and my brothers, with all the other kids in the neighborhood, would wrestle on this trampoline. Quote, keep in mind, no net around the trampoline. They didn't make them like that at that point. And the rules were last one standing on the trampoline would be the winner. Well, I was the oldest, so I rarely lost until my brother ran up and pushed me off. I fell. Wait, hold on, I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. I have dyslexia. I'm sorry. So my brother ran up and pushed me off. And, of course, he fell off.
Right.
Well, there was a bike laying on the ground right where I was falling.
Gosh.
And I fell right on the peg of the bike. Oh. I hurt my back so bad, it left a welt from the peg. Oh. Needless to say, there was no more wrestling on the trampoline. So we switched to dodgeball.
Oh my gosh! I went from one bad thing to the next. Oh my, that could have ended up really bad.
He could have got punctured.
Right.
Oh my God. I wonder. Okay, Zachary.
I was gonna say I fell on the peg, and now that's the reason why every winter my back hurts.
Yeah. Zachary, text me. Tell me which brother it was because I feel like it's the youngest. I'm not sure because he's stout. He's a stout boy. This is my cousin Zachary.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Nice to meet you.
It's great. Okay. So here's Sybil's, right?
Okay.
So thank you, Zachary, for sending in your submission.
Thank you for both of you guys sending.
Sorry, my dyslexia fucked your story up.
Just a tad bit. It was just a little hiccup.
A little. I sound like Emesis. Stop talking to me in your alien language, bug-eyed bitch. Okay, so here's Sybil's.
Okay.
She starts off. Here's the subject. As a kid, I was dumb.
Weren't we all?
I love my sisters, but they tend to make me so salty. I'm the middle child of 3, so you can only imagine the trouble I caused. Yeah. We all know. We all know. Josh. Anyway. What if he was listening to it? Sybil's dad. Oh. 1 year for Christmas, we got a 4-wheeler. It took time. I'm sorry. It took time to learn how to ride it. 2 of us could fit on it at one time. One summer, my big sister was driving us around in the front yard and was taking very sharp turns. I told her to be careful and slow down. Not even 5 seconds later, she rolled it on top of us. We were both a little hurt. I got on top of her and started wailing on her like no other. My dad all of a sudden picked me up by my pant loop and was laughing hysterically. I didn't understand what was so funny until I smelt it. Dog shit. When we flipped, I landed in dog shit. And to this day, I will not let my big sister drive me anywhere. My mistake was thinking my older sister was going to be smart for once. She landed in the doo-doo.
You landed in the poo-poo-poo.
I got the poo on me. Oh, I can just see it too.
My gosh.
That's hilarious. Thank you, Sybil, for sending that in.
Yes, thank you.
Maybe we'll do another one of these of people sending stuff in. That was really fun. I like that.
Yeah, it was really fun. But that makes me think because I'm the youngest of 3 sisters.
Yep. And I'm the middle of no brothers.
Middle of no brothers.
Yeah, I was a little ruffian.
But it's like, my mom will tell you, we were like boys. She's like, I should have had boys instead of girls. We fought all the time. And it's easy to be
I've
salty.
I've heard stories.
Easy to be salty when you're young, you're in a girl
you're just a little baby.
Sibling kind of thing. There's no brothers to eat up that estrogen, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It is just like, anybody who has just sisters and no brothers, is this not true that you guys are constantly in competition with each other?
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter what it is. You are in competition with your sisters about everything. And and I always told them, you're never going to win. I'm the youngest. I will always be loved more.
The baby wins every time.
Every time. I will, like I always tell, it's like, as you guys get older, I will still be young. Because you guys are old.
When you're dead in the dirt, I'm still living, bitch.
I'm still living my life.
I'm still smoking crack out of a peace pipe.
Please don't say crack. It's a trigger.
No, like, oh, I'm sorry. That's funny. That's really
this
funny.
coffee is kicking.
Oh, yeah, it's kicking. We always have to get a coffee.
Always.
Because we do it in the mornings.
Yeah. We want to sit and drink coffee, so when people walk by, we're like, we're just drinking our coffee.
We're just drinking our coffee and sticking mics on our mouth.
You know? You know? Okay, you got to edit this so it.
No, I'm keeping it all in. No, I'm keeping it in. It's easy.
Man.
I'm pretty sure I in the last episode. Did you listen to the last episode?
Yes.
You did?
But then I got interrupted.
Okay.
So I was like, girl interrupted.
Okay. What do you mean by girl interrupted?
I don't know. It's the title of a movie, so every time I say I was interrupted, I'm a girl. I'm like, girl interrupted.
Girl interrupted. Wait, you're a girl? Oh, well, this relationship is over.
What? I changed my mind. I'm joking now.
Oh gosh. No, I understand. Because I was like, I edited it and all that, and it was just, it was really weird because last week was congested.
Yeah.
Because I had the whole D&D game and this, that, and the other, trying to get everything together.
See, you just wanted to stick that in there because you're saying how you're good not mentioning it, and then now you're plugging it in.
No, of course. I'm going to plug D&D. I'm going to plug D&D. I love D&D.
I know you do.
D&D is my...
bread and butter.
It's my bread and butter. It's my, my therapist.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I don't have to pay for.
True. Well,
if I had to pay for D&D, I wouldn't buy it.
You do kind of sometimes.
Oh, I buy a lot of dice.
Yeah.
I buy a lot of dice and miniatures and everything.
Yeah. So you kind of
but that D&D game went really good. I'm sorry, we'll skip over this really fast, but my mom's just like, well, I don't want to listen to it.
Anybody else is like, D&D, oh, disgusting.
All right. So I have another topic here.
Okay.
I don't really have a third one, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure out this whole show thing. Sometimes we're like, maybe we're overloading with too many topics, but I feel like, let's just see where the show takes us.
No, okay. So, let's ask the listeners. And of course, I'll post it on Facebook. And thought my computer went out again, didn't you? No.
First, I just thought you had a tick, and I was like,
no, but I'll post it on Facebook and all that. Do you guys just because last episode we did one topic.
Well, also
stupid stuff. Well, yeah, but still, I didn't have any other topics. But it's just stupid stuff we did as kids. Do you guys like the one topic or do you like the multiple topics? Because I kind of like just talking about one topic, and then because we lead off.
We're so space cadets.
Yeah, we lead off to other topics and everything.
Yeah.
But it's just we'll see. I'll put a poll. Up on Facebook today.
Are people supposed to dance on this pole?
Oh, I hope they do.
I'm just saying.
I hope they do.
You said pole, and I was like, what?
Some of our male followers. She looked like oh God, what's that guy's name? Yukon Cornelius. Whoa!
What?
Whoa! No, but yeah, I'll put a poll up, and some of our male followers, I would like to see them dance on that pole. Gotta be honest.
Just a little shimmy. Just letting you know, the pole turns by itself.
Yes, poles turn by themselves.
Yeah.
Yes. That's why I'm like, damn, I could so be a stripper.
Yeah, but would I want you to?
I don't know. Well, do you want extra money?
I mean,
there's a lot of men and women that want to see these cheeks.
I'm telling you, quarters still make money.
And half the listeners just shut it off.
Probably.
All right. Yeah, but we'll put up a poll.
Okay.
See if people like the one topic or multiple topics, whatever.
Right.
But here's the second one.
Topic, that is.
So we've had multiple jobs our entire life.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
I don't think I know one person that's stuck with one job their entire life, which when is it okay to completely leave a job? Like for instance, just walk out.
Well, I mean,
just walking out's just kind of like a shitty thing to do anyway. But there's certain circumstances when it's okay.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I mean, lately people have been talking about how the whole quiet quitting or them not staying at jobs as long as before, kind of thing. So it's kind of like it's hard to say what is respectable and what's disrespectful.
Yeah.
I never want to leave a job disrespectful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like walking.
Don't burn the bridge.
Yeah. Well, not so much not burning the bridge, because I don't care about burning bridges, because if I'm leaving a job, I ain't coming back.
True.
I mean, that's just me, regardless and everything. But I'm not going to be the type of person to walk out of a shift, because it's not the people that I work with that I'm not liking.
Oh, yeah.
It's like either the supervisor or the organization or something like that. So I wouldn't want to be rude to my fellow employees.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't walk out mid-shift.
Right.
Like, that's a shitty thing to do.
Yeah.
It's just like you're 4 hours into your shift, into your 8-hour shift, and you're like, fuck this place.
That supervisor just said something that just put me in the wrong mood once again, because I told him that it made me uncomfortable.
Because that's completely burning a bridge.
Yeah. Now, in cases of, someone's like sexually harassing you,
and you can't get away with it.
You can't get away. Nobody's listening to you. Nobody's trying to help you. And once again, in the middle of the shift, that person did what they usually do all the time. You're like, I'm done. I'm walking out.
Comes up and Donald Trumps you.
And all that stuff. I'm not even gonna ask what that means, so I'm just gonna I'm gonna pass by it.
Joe Biden.
So that I think in those kind of cases, yeah, walking out mid-shift would be understandable. But you don't walk out mid-shift because, once again, they got you on the cash register. You already told them that you've been a cash register for, like, all week, and you wanted to be the back for once. You know? Take that working on the cash register for that one day. And be like, I ain't coming back tomorrow. I'm done. You know? So.
I understand that. I mean, in general, just leaving a job without 2 weeks' notice is a shady thing. And I've done it before.
I've done it several times.
But there's a reason why I did it.
Yeah, same here.
And you're the only person that knows the reasons and all that, but I would like to talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because what sparked this topic is when we were talking about when you left the clinic.
Yeah.
The
second time.
The second time when you left the clinic, because just the BS.
Yeah, just a straight BS. Yeah. Well, no, that was the first time.
Oh, that was the first time.
The first time I got demoted, and I was leaving anyways because I'm moving up to Columbia.
Yeah, talk about all that stuff.
Well,
if you want to. I'm not forcing you.
The first time was just, me making a veterinarian mad because he was having possibly, I'm not saying factually.
He was.
Possibly having relations with another employee. And I loved his wife. He just had a little girl. I felt it was wrong. Someone asked me about it. I did not confirm nor deny, but I got demoted because of how he felt that I insinuated it. I felt like that was stupid. I said, okay, I'm moving anyways because I need to go to college up in Columbia because I want to be a vet. So I was like, that's fine. You can demote me. I'm leaving anyways. This is my 2 weeks. Well, essentially 2 months.
And then they were like, oh, no. And
I was like, no. You're going to demote me and take my shifts away from me. Essentially taking my money away from me.
I wouldn't have stayed 2 months, babe.
Well, I needed money for moving. Plus, I was going to Hawaii. So I was like, I'm working all the money I can get into this,
one day, we are going to have a podcast in Hawaii.
No.
Why not?
I'm not working in Hawaii.
This ain't work. This is just a fun thing.
I don't care. I don't want to be trapped someplace with a computer and a microphone. I want to be out there with the sea turtles, not touching them because you cannot touch the sea turtles. I repeat, you cannot touch sea turtles.
I meant on the beach.
No.
We just set up a table.
I don't want to.
Between us.
I don't want to.
All right, fine. You guys will never hear the Hawaii from our microphone.
I will talk about Hawaii when I get back from Hawaii, but I'm not going to talk about Hawaii while I'm in Hawaii.
Oh, phooey.
It's like taking a picture at a concert and looking through your phone at the concert.
Yeah.
Put the phone down, look at the concert.
That really bothers me. That really bothers me when people do that. But yeah, no. I mean, what you did was respectful.
Right. That was respectful. Now, the second time, I sure in the heck did not give no 2 weeks. I was all like, deuces, I'm out.
Yeah.
Because
you finished your shift and everything.
I finished my shift.
Yeah.
But I was so appalled by how they conducted themselves that night that I was like, no.
Wasn't like when you worked there the first time.
No. There was no what can I say? Like, no respect for each other there. No respect for each other as people and or their safety. I mean, working in veterinary medicine can be very hostile because it's not like human medicine. When you go to ER as a human, they bill you.
Yeah. Yeah.
As an animal, you have to pay right then and there. And animals are people's lives. Animals are part of the family. And if they ain't got the money and you tell them, hey, you can't get any service unless you pay, they get mad. And I felt like my life was in danger that night and nobody was helping me.
No, I understand.
So.
And that's why I remember you calling me.
Yeah.
The day you left.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck this place. Today was my last day. And I was so happy. I'm like, come on down to Columbia. I could kiss you on your sweet lips.
Yeah, I should have never moved back to Springfield. That was a horrible idea. Nah. No offense to Springfield. It's just.
Oh, fuck Springfield.
When you're gone, just stay gone. that's just my thoughts about it.
I got you.
Yeah, I really felt like my life was in danger that night, and I felt like nobody.
Those rednecks, right? Going in and out.
Yeah, they kept going in and out.
Yeah.
And I was afraid they were going to go get a gun and blow my brains out.
Yeah. And no one.
Sorry for the graphics, but
no one gave a shit.
Nobody
before
would.
You like the first time you worked there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like you would have had doctors all over his ass.
Yeah.
Veterinarians. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, they're still doctors, but
yeah, doctor vets.
But nobody came to stand out there with me to make sure everything was okay. Nobody called the cops to make sure that they were like escorted out the building.
Yeah, no, it's just disgusting.
It's just
disgusting.
Yeah.
No honor amongst thieves.
And it's like I could have died essentially that night. And I have 2 kids at home waiting for me, you know?
Yep, a big-headed baby and a small-headed baby.
But that's the reason why I didn't give 2 weeks.
Yeah.
If you didn't respect me enough to protect me, then I'm not going to respect you enough to give you 2 weeks.
And you know, that's where I'm kind of from when I left the DOC. Mm-hmm. You know, excuse if you're into like, not into, but if you don't like graphic stuff, just kind of skip forward, whatever. Because some of the stuff is, I'm going to leave a lot of details out on a lot of stuff, but you're the only person who knows why I left.
Yeah.
Like fully, like why I left, finished my shift, and I said, fuck this place.
Right.
So, excuse me. No, sorry. I actually have to cough now. Okay. So, just to keep it short and simple, probably not short, I've heard a lot of stuff. I've seen a lot of stuff. You know,
if anybody doesn't know what DOC means.
Department of Corrections.
Yes.
I was a CO for a while.
Correctional officer.
Correctional officer, yeah. RSPCT.
Find out what it means to me.
Yes. So I've heard a lot of stuff. I've seen a lot of stuff, and I've also, you know, been in predicaments where I could have lost my life. Mm-hmm. You know, to be fully honest, multiple times. You know about all.
Oh
that.
yeah. Oh yeah.
But I'm not going to get into that because of confidentiality and blah 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 blah.
Right.
So, I've one of the biggest reasons why I left was because of, I mean, I know this is kind of a shitty thing to say, especially on a podcast, but some of these inmates, because I treated all the inmates like they were human, unlike 99% of the COs there.
Yeah.
There were some COs that I was actually really cool with, you know, that they treated them, they're like, this is just a job. You know, like I clock in, make sure everything's safe, clock out, whatever. You know, and they treat inmates like humans and not like animals.
Right.
There has been some inmates that has threatened your life and the kids' lives. That's probably one of the biggest reasons, just because it's all talk. I know it's all talk, but it's just like, to hear it,
right,
and you can't go into that cell and beat the shit out of them, was probably the hardest part of that job, because it was a really easy job, of course, but it's just like hearing saying that I'm gonna kill your kids, kind of, you know,
right, and knowing that, who do they know on the outside who can make this possible?
Yeah, exactly. And that it was just the fear aspect of, could they?
Right.
You know, because I've been tailed before.
Yeah.
You know, like out of, like while I was a CO.
Right.
You know, and I mean, I made sure they didn't know where the house was.
Right.
I can tell you that for sure. But yeah, that was one of the biggest reasons was the threatening your life and the kids' life. And, you know, like being a CO is not a family job.
No.
You know, even if you're on first shift.
Yeah.
You know, they get a bit wilder at night. But the second reason is because racism. You know, it was, you know, of course you're black, the kids are black, and my lieutenant was probably the biggest bigot I have ever met. You know,
you're right.
It's like the N-word came out of his mouth at least 6 times a night.
Now that I did not know.
With the hard ER.
Well,
you know, and I'm just sitting there and I'm like, dude, this is my lieutenant. Like, can I get a fucking another lieutenant?
Right.
You know, because like, you know how I am with racism and that word.
Right. And you're never, even though sometimes I do tell you, and I'm going to be transparent. Sometimes I tell you probably it's not a good idea to let them know who you're in a relationship with.
They didn't.
You know, and all that stuff. I know.
No one knew.
And I know you didn't. Because I was like, when I found out, it's like, you need to not make it, because you never want to hide us. You're proud of who you're with and the kids and everything like that. And I love that about you. But I was like, and that's in this kind of setting, you might want to keep that under wraps. And you did. But I know that it's hard for you to do that because you're not ashamed of us. And you don't want to go your whole time being there hiding your family, you know, because you're afraid of what your sergeant is going to say or do to you.
That was the second biggest reason. And the third biggest fucking reason matches up with the second one. There's no honor between COs. Right. And that was like, because your mom warned me about that, and I took all of that in and everything. I remember clocking in, what was it? It was like my 1 month kind of thing, clocked in. And for confidentiality reasons, I won't say names, even though I know who the motherfucker is.
Watch your language.
Excuse me. Anyway. I was clocking in, he was clocking out, and we were on the yard, basically. And he said, "Hey man, I thought you were, I just got off my 1 day, you know, weekend." So he's like, "Hey man, I didn't know you would come in today." And there's inmates all around us. And I'm like, "What the fuck are you saying? Like, what do you mean?" He's just like, "Oh, I heard that you got arrested for
essay.
CP."
Yeah.
And you know, like stuff like that. Yeah. If you don't know CP, just Google it. Just make sure safe search. Like I don't know. Because I don't want to say it on here, right, you know, because it's a very disgusting, whatever. Yeah. And I pulled him. I said, "What the fuck you talking about?" And I'm sorry, it still upsets me to this day, because like there was inmates all around us. One, that was for one. Two, that was totally unprofessional.
Right, very unprofessional.
You know, and then he was like, "Oh, I'm just joking, man." I was just like, "Don't effing joke about that." Right. You know, like there was a point where it's just like, I could kill you right now. Right. And I thought about it. I was like, I'm going to kill this son of, you know, but it's just like, well, no, but it's just like, but I'm like, I can't leave you guys, you know, but it's just like, still, I don't know. It was just, there's no honor.
There's no honor. And that's, I mean, Mom told you that because my dad.
Especially if you're a CO that actually treats inmates like they're human.
Human, right.
They all hate you then.
Because my dad was a CO. Yeah. He was a CO for the Missouri in Springfield at the medical center. And the stories that my mom told me about the stuff that he endured while he was a CO there, there's no honor amongst
the medical center is low risk.
Right. Really low risk. But he was also called the N-word every day. Yeah. For the prisoners and the guards and all that stuff. So it's like, there was no... It was a hostile environment. I'm surprised he stayed there as long as he did. You know? I
mean, don't get me wrong. I love the DOC. I love it. You know? It's great pay, great hours, amazing benefits. Yeah. But if I could go somewhere else and be in DOC, I would. You know, because the inmates called me Big Dog.
Yeah.
They didn't call anybody else
any name,
any nickname. Just nickname or whatever. Right. They called me Big Dog because I took care of them. Anything they need, I got you.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, hey, CO, gotta get some TP. I'm like, I got you. You know?
Right.
Like, it's that simple.
Right.
You know, they're like, oh, they can only have 4 rolls a week. You know, or like every 2 weeks. Like, fuck that shit, dog. I use a whole roll in one sitting. I didn't say anything bad.
Your cuss meter is off the chart.
I said I use one whole roll in one sitting.
When you play this back, you'll see how many cuss words you said in like a second.
Oh, phooey. No. But it's just stupid. And I walked out. I finished my shift.
I mean, that's the thing.
And I started walking towards the door, and then I just stopped, and it just something hit me. It said, "Turn around and tell them this is your last day," because
you're done.
I'm done.
You're done.
And that next day was a really bad riot. I think.
Oh, really?
I think that's what one of them told me.
Well, my thing is this. That goes to the whole mental health.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I was horrible. It was horrible for me. And plus, I already have bad mental health issues. But
well, the thing is, like, it's kind of a form of self-abuse.
Yeah, it is.
When you keep going back to your work and it makes you feel like you just want to give up.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? And that's no place that you should be. You know?
I mean, there was multiple times where I wanted to just let go of the wheel driving home, you know, or driving there, you know. But it's just
it shouldn't be like that. I get it. Everybody you need money to survive.
Yeah,
understandable.
Yeah. I had to do what I had to do.
Yeah, but
whatever.
and I'm not saying people who are enduring this right now should just walk out, or you know, and I understand why you stay because you got bills to pay and all that stuff. But you got to understand, if you're not mentally there, you're not there for no one. Yeah. And money only gets you so far, and you'll never have enough of it, and you'll never, you know, it will never be enough. So why hurt yourself constantly every day to get something that will never be enough? Yeah. 100%. When you can be enough.
100%.
So.
You know, and it's just really sad that there's some people that, you know, they have the mindset, but they're just like, I don't want to leave this job because I need the money. Right. And they're stuck in the pigeonhole of a toxic work environment. Right. You know, just like same thing with like SA victims. You know, it's just like they can't do anything about it because a lot of people don't take that shit seriously. Right. You know, and it's really sad.
Don't take what I like to call job abuse seriously.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, our relationship, I'm just going to be honest, was horrible. You know,
yeah, when you were working,
when I was working there, and it's just like we had so many. Not trying to put the dirty laundry on the clothesline.
Well, then they'll get too deep into it.
No, we're not. But it's just like we. Just argued all the time and just for absolutely no reason. No reason. Like I've gone back and like before this episode, I've gone back and thought about all the arguments we had. And the most like none of them made sense
at all.
Like it was stuff that we do every day. Like you grab the pencil differently than you usually do, and it just set me off. Right. You know, because of my. What I hear and what I see. And,
right. The anxiety of it all.
And it's just like the hate of just having to go in when I have to go to my grandpa's and grandma's anniversary. Still got to go in that night.
Right. You know? Yeah. And I mean, knowing that you don't like what you're doing. Yeah. And hating the fact that you have to go in there and there's nothing I can say. Yeah. You know.
But you know, it makes me kind of happy that I did do that. Like went there because it put a whole new perspective on our relationship and life,
right,
and what to do and what not to do,
Or
kind
what
of thing. You know, it's just like it was kind of a blessing in disguise.
yeah,
You know, even though it kind of got some bad crap from it, but it's just like it is what it is.
yeah.
You know, our relationship has gotten tremendously better since that, because we it sucked. I'm sorry,
It
but
did
it
suck. It really sucked. But I feel like we were both strong enough to get past it.
Yeah,
You
we
know?
were. I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of me.
I'm proud of us.
Oh my gosh.
Look at us. Therapy session.
Did you see that? Let's get a therapist on the podcast.
Right.
Let's get a relationship therapist. And they're just sitting in the back. So how does that make you feel, Austin? And I'm like, I hate my life.
I'm sorry, why in the middle you were talking that guy over there with his dog?
With the pug?
He was like running.
Or the bulldog?
They were running across the field.
Oh, God.
And the dog was chasing him. They were like, oh.
I love bulldogs, but I hate bulldogs. I love bulldogs, but it's just like they can't breathe.
Well, there's a variation of a bulldog that's mixed with another breed that makes their snout just a little bit longer.
Really? What dog is that?
I don't know. But we got to find it. Like, they still have, like, the bulldog features, but their snout's a little bit longer.
Ooh.
They kind of look like Martha Speaks from PBS.
Oh.
They kind of look like that.
What if we got a bulldog with Feb's nose?
Oh, my God.
Let me do it for you.
That's a fucking
Kermit. Oh gosh.
We're at 37 minutes.
37 minutes.
You want to talk about anything else?
Or you want to bounce out?
I left a job to support my sister leaving the job.
Let's talk about that.
You tell me about this one.
Okay, so my dad works for the Postal Service. Well, he used to. He's retired. He worked for the Postal Service. He was a manager, dock manager. Mm-hmm. And all of us who graduated had to do a winter season at the post office.
Yeah.
Well, I was also entering college, so it was like, this working stuff ain't for me. I'm a college girl, kind of thing.
I'm a college girl.
So I did the first year by myself, the first winter season, Christmas season. I was a season casual kind of thing, casual worker. And I did it all. I was like, ooh, fun, sorting mail. Woo! It was great. Woo! So I did the whole thing, didn't get hired. I was like, oh, bummer. And then I went to college.
Shucky darn.
So the next one, my sister joined in. She just had little man. Mm-hmm. She just had him. Mm-hmm. And so she was working again. And we found out we had to work Christmas Eve. And she's all like, I'm not working Christmas Eve. I have so much stuff I have to do. I wrap presents, And all this. So I was like, oh, okay. And she's like, well, I'm not going to work. I'm done with it. I'm like, okay, I'll be done too. And so, we both,
both of you march out of there.
We marched out. We didn't even come back, the next day. And it's like, man, I bet Dad was so pissed off when he came to work. And he was all like, where's my girls at?
Oh.
And we weren't even there.
Oh, my goodness. I couldn't imagine. I could not imagine. Hey, your dad. Because he was a postmaster, right?
No, he was a dock manager.
Dock manager.
Yeah.
I don't know why I say postmaster.
He was a third
time.
shift dock manager. And we would come in at second shift. We were both working second shift and everything. And when she said that, I was like, oh, okay. That was also the year I got addicted to their holiday spice Pepsi.
Oh, gosh.
And I was drinking 16 a night.
Oh, my gosh.
Don't ask. I was addicted.
Where can I get some of that? Because that sounds really good.
It was so good. It was like a mix. It was like Pepsi with apple cider.
Ooh.
That's how it tasted. And you know how I love my apple cider.
And you know how I love my Pepsi. I'm a Dr. Pepper man.
So I was like, I was addicted. I was drinking that thing like water. So
that's crazy.
Yeah.
We need to find some of that. What's it called? Pepsi.
I don't think they made it. Was a holiday thing.
The limited time only.
Yeah.
That sucks.
I was like, I was hitting it up.
They must have didn't really get a lot of good sales off of it because I heard this is the first time ever hearing it.
Yeah, they never made it again.
That was back in 2018?
No, it was probably back
2007.
6 and 7, yeah.
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 That's crazy.
Yeah. Man, those are the days. I loved working for the post office. It has a unique smell. It smells like pennies. It smells like pennies and letters.
Let's talk about that. Jobs and smells.
Oh.
McDonald's smells like French fries. The post office smells like pennies and paper. Mine smells like prolapsed anus.
Sometimes
My old job.
the clinic would smell like bleach with bloody diarrhea.
Okay.
But everybody would come in like, oh, this place smells so clean, which it did. Oh. If you go to a regular vet clinic, it smells like dried dog food and like hair.
Ew.
Like dog hair.
Ew.
Like that's how most vet
smells like a wet dog.
No offense to vet clinics, but you guys kind of have an aroma.
Yeah.
But
you got a stench.
I remember when I first got hired at the clinic, they were mixing pine salt and bleach together. We found out that made like a chemical reaction. I was like, no wonder my nose burns so bad when I'm mopping the floor.
I'm surprised you're not dead.
I know, right?
Because pine salt and bleach, I'm pretty sure it makes, like, I don't know, chloroform?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You're sitting there like, oh. And all the animals are like, oh, God. Oh, God. Jeffrey, I'm going.
Oh, that's a good story. I mean, I know we're segueing a lot here.
And then Patches jumps out of the cage and rolls around in it. And
that's
then dies.
A big segue.
Yeah.
But there was a time where a bunch of people at work had to be sent home because we had like, it was a sedative. And they used to put this little cool thing in the bottle so we could screw the syringes on and take what we need out of it. Well, people didn't understand that you didn't have to move the little port thing that was put in it, and it made like a little slit where it was leaking.
Yeah.
Now, anybody who works with needles, look, vet clinics, nurses, whatever. We have a bad...
Heroin addicts.
Yeah.
Demi Lovato.
Shut up. But we have a habit of putting needle caps in our mouth. Like we put the needle cap so we can take the syringe out so we can give the drug.
I got you.
Well, everybody was handling this bottle.
Oh.
So the top was getting the chemical on it. And they were putting it in their mouth. This is a strong sedative.
Yeah.
And they were getting sick at work because they
no.
didn't know that they were administering the sedative in their mouth orally.
Oh my
and all that stuff. And I was like, oh my.
Who all did you have to be sent home?
A doctor had to be sent home.
Oh no.
2 assistants had to be sent home. Luckily, I was working in triage that day, so I was in the front and all that stuff.
You just sit there with your tiny little legs. You're just like, I wonder why everybody's getting sick.
And then I was like, that's because the freaking bottle's leaking and you guys are licking those fingers.
You're like, I'm gonna go home too.
Spray it in your mouth.
Needless to say, be smart.
Yeah.
Don't put leaky bottles in your mouth.
Don't put leaky bottles in your mouth. Oh, you want to talk about something crazy?
Let's talk about something crazy.
Before we end this?
Yeah.
We can call this the Bummer Podcast.
Bummerama.
The Bummer episode.
Bummer.
Oh, Bummer.
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 Like,
turn on your echo. Bummer.
Let's see this.
Bummer. Oh my gosh.
I love looking at the screen and just seeing how long we can, how high it gets and everything.
Sometimes when I laugh, it goes, ah! It goes all crazy.
Just like that.
Yeah, just like that. Oh.
That was North African. Why did I have a lisp at that very instant? North African.
I'm pretty sure when I was telling my story about me in the clinic,
you were in your speech impediment.
My speech impediment was strong at that point in time. When I get heated about something, my speech impediment gets worse.
Oh yeah.
Don't agree with me.
No, I'm not.
Say no, babe.
No. I
it's
understand
not that way.
because when I was talking about, the DOC and everything, there's parts that I probably already cut out, but it's just like, it was It was horrible. I was just like, I was really spaced out. That coffee was hitting my butt.
Yeah, like the coffee was hitting. It was hitting. The coffee was hitting.
I was actually pretty proud of myself for reading Sybil and Zachary's.
I'm proud of you, babe.
Because sometimes I'm just like, and the trampoline fell on top of me, kind of thing. Just like, it's whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But you did good. You did good. Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
We're actually on a train that we jumped. That's why we're calling it the bummer episode. So we're literally going.
We're bums.
We're bums on the railroad track.
Yeah.
Where it takes us, nobody knows.
That's my can of soup.
Get your hands off my soup.
Get your hand of cans off my soup. I said, get your hand of cans off my soup. Anyway, is there anything else you want to say? We just want to get off of this.
Oh, I want everybody to know.
Everyone?
That if you're not feeling very well and you need someone to talk to, don't be afraid to talk to people.
Yeah.
If your job is
not us, but
right,
just
because I'm not a therapist.
Yeah.
But if your job is causing you to have bad mental thoughts, it's okay to leave.
100%.
Find another job.
Finish your. I mean, if certain circumstances, you can leave without finishing your shift.
Right.
But if you're being hurt, being sexually
harassed or whatever,
leave.
Leave. It's okay.
Don't worry about it. You will get another job.
You will get another job.
Leave. That's all we got to say.
Yep. Will it happen the next day? Will you get a job? No. But you will get another job.
Yeah.
You don't have to have bad things happen to you at work for you not to get another job.
Absolutely. All right. Cool.
Yep.
That was a good end off.
And thank you for the people who gave stories about what they did in childhood.
Yes, thank you. Sybil and Zachary. I try to get more people.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
So yeah. For next week, if you want to be debuted, send in why you left your job. I'm joking. No. But yeah, cool. All right, awesome.
Awesome.
Everyone have a good day.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Whoop, whoop.
Have a good next year.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
If this a year old episode, welcome.
Welcome. Welcome to this podcast. I swear to God, if you're listening to this in 2024, it gets better. It gets better. I promise you this will get better. We will stop being so sporadic. Probably not.
Probably not. No.
But we will get better. Okay?
It is called Mr. Whiskers the Podcast.
Mr. Whiskers the Podcast.